want to ask Max now that I got her.
Yeah.
Max, real quick, did your mom really have pink eye?
Mom? I don't know.
I got her.
She don't know.
Shit, how do you not? Your
She
Honor,
doesn't tell me anything. Even if she did, she wouldn't tell me that.
Your Honor, I think it says it all right there. I mean, your witness broke.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
The best part of that call. Hey, did your mom have pink eye? 7 seconds of silence. Mom?
She don't know.
Oh, man. Oh, I got it out of her. I'm like Tom Cruise and A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Broadcasting from the offleaseonly.com studios. Offleaseonly.com. Open daily 10 to 8. Now offering free local delivery and no payments for 90 days. Save thousands. Offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello and good morning. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Thursday. It's so good to see everybody here today. Just almost feels like we just never leave each other. Always in each other's presence. What good times. Virginia, I got to do the Weird and Whatever podcast yesterday.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
What'd y'all talk about?
All kinds of cool stuff that people on this show would find boring. But, when us intellectuals get together, Virginia, we just talk about all kinds of random things.
Oh, was that what it was?
We talked about art. We talked about aviation. I think it was part of the discussion. We talked about the supernatural.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it was something.
It was great fun having the Kevin Ralston come in. Yes, we started right at 3 p.m. There was some debate. People saying, you guys started late. No, we're doing it live on Facebook. It's angering some people.
Yeah.
We do it live on Facebook and not on YouTube anymore.
No, I got you. Okay.
It's the numbers game, y'all.
It is a numbers game. Absolutely. Yeah, gotta go where the people are, man. That's how we get paid.
We upload it to YouTube right after. So it is there, just not live. I know 12 people are mad. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're trying to, like everybody, people are having to adjust and get more technically proficient. I think, like everybody else, we're still kind of like, just trying to figure it out. Doing some of that stuff. Like now, if you didn't know, we're doing the After the Show podcast. We do it both on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm able to check that. And, hopefully as time starts rolling on, we'll be able to do multiple platforms at one time. And who knows, maybe, the regular show airs live on YouTube. And I've got suits into looking at maybe even trying to do it live on Facebook, too, in the morning. So we might bring it to Facebook.
Live on Facebook? No. People are going to be mad, Kevin. I don't know why people...
Be live on Facebook and YouTube, same time. It's kind of like, we do it with the After the Show podcast, so why can't we do the regular show? Yeah. So, we're kind of checking that stuff out, so we might start bringing that to Facebook as well. So we're just trying to learn new things and expand and make it easier for you to see us or hear us or do whatever you're going to do, because I know your schedules have changed, so has ours. So we're on until 11 a.m. now.
It's the new normal, Kevin.
Yeah.
Everything's changing.
Everything's changing. That's just life right there. Everything is changing. Just to give you an idea, if you don't know, yes, you can actually watch the show. There's many different ways to get us. Of course, traditional radio. We're still there at 97.9 WRMF. Smart speakers, streaming online, you can do that. We got the 97.9 WRMF app. And then we have KVJ TV, which right now airs live in the morning on YouTube. Like I said, the After the Show is YouTube and Facebook. And I love when people send us their setups so that we can see what it looks like. There you go. Somebody's watching KVJ TV. They got it on their flat screen TV, which you can easily do now through YouTube. And the cat's watching, and there we are. That's Lindsay. She said, I don't know who is more smug in this photo.
Kevin or the cat?
Yes, I do.
That cat is looking through my soul.
Yeah, I do. Kind of the same kind of, piercing eyes. I do have cat-like smugness.
That cat should be a cat model.
That's a beautiful cat.
Yeah.
And talk about not breaking eye contact.
It's pretty intense, yeah.
It's soul-gazing.
That cat is great.
And it, too, has a great head of hair. So look at that.
Who's more smug?
Yeah.
The world will never know.
We don't know. We just don't know. And I love Astra, who sent this in. Astra set up, loving every little bit of regular and ATS during this pandemic. I work from home way early, so it works out perfect for me. So there you go. You can see the work on one screen, and then on the other screen, you can see KVJ TV.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, your boss doesn't know that you've got the other laptop or device open and listening to us.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are doing that. You know, and as I read into this, there is a study that is out today because they've asked people. It's been long enough now. I mean, for most of us, it's been probably, maybe 7 weeks, almost 2 months that a lot of people have been working from home. And they were asking people like, okay, do you like it or not? And an overwhelming majority of Americans who are doing this are saying, you know what, I love this. And they want to keep it this way.
I was talking with a girlfriend of mine yesterday, and she was telling me how, their group, they all work together, and normally there's like stress and drama and fighting, and the boss doesn't like one of them. She said now the people she works with are working from home, and they're relaxed.
Yeah.
They're having cocktails during work.
Well, yeah.
They're so happy. They don't want to ever go back.
Yeah.
And the boss is like, yeah, if you get your work done, you can do it from home.
Absolutely. They're finding that. I'm hearing one place after another saying that productivity for the most part is up. And it just fits into the way people work. Because you think right away you're taking out your commute. And unless you're doing a face-to-face, you don't necessarily have to groom yourself as intensely as you would.
Sure.
And so you're removing a lot of things like that. That's a lot of time. Plus, people work better in spurts. And they work hard and fast for a little while, and then they, relax a little bit. The body's not meant to be like, we can't be super productive over a long period of time. And the workforce tries to set it up like that.
Do you like working from home? Do you think that's a good move for even the morning show?
I do.
I do, too.
I like being here together in one room doing the show, and that's why we're doing it the way we are. And some other shows are still doing the distancing, and as I'm talking to some of those people and just reading how their reactions are, it is tougher because, and we even read this about some of the business meetings and the Zoom meetings, how it's actually creating more eye fatigue and problems because you can't read body language. And there's more talking over, and it takes a different element of getting used to. And I think it's a little bit more challenging to not be in the same room and do what we try to do.
And keep in mind, too, on the Zoom stuff, people aren't normally in front of a camera. That you're always on camera.
Yeah.
So there's certain little functions you can do on certain programs where someone talks, the camera goes to the person talking. On Zoom, you just see everyone doing everything. So if Virginia's picking her
Nonstop.
nose, you don't even realize it.
I do pick a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and people will call you out.
That's fine.
Yeah,
They'll
they will.
screenshot it.
That's fine. You pick two. Everybody picks.
Everyone picks.
If you've got something in there, I can't function if I can feel it.
Yeah.
Me
Because
too.
I'm like, I gotta get it out, I don't know why I care so much, but
Well, think about everybody who has to deal with that on Zoom now. You're picking in front of your coworkers, whereas you used to be able to hide.
you're right.
And you signed up for this gig. You're a public figure. There's some people who hate to be on camera. I mean, they hate it, especially the entire meeting.
Yeah, I've had Zoom meetings for other stuff, and some of the people refuse to do the camera part. So if you still want to be in the Zoom meeting, you can do the call-in number where it's only your audio, and then it just shows a gray box with your name. And you don't have to do the video part. And there are some people that just say, no, I don't want to be on camera.
But then now you look like a stick in the mud.
Well, now you look like, are you like wanted by the FBI or something? Like, I start thinking about, like, why don't you want to be on camera? What secrets?
It is harder, too, to communicate just by voice. It is easier when you see somebody,
Right.
I've found. Yeah, 48% of people working from home say they're more productive. 48%. So that is still the minority, but it's about half and half. Or like, yeah, okay. 29% only said they're less productive. So it's not actually half and half.
All of those 29% have kids at home.
Yeah, well, I think that might be part of it. I know in my household, I do love it. My son is home doing the virtual schooling. My wife got laid off, and so she's home and helping him. And, yesterday they wanted to go to the park. And so I'm like, okay, I really had some stuff I probably should have been doing, but I broke off to go do that. And then they wanted to play outside. And so I'm kind of trying to be like, all right, man, you got to put it down and walk away. And So 68% said at least one other person in their household is also working. And so those could be the distractions that sometimes if somebody's around, I know when I'm in a groove and I'm working, it's just best for me to keep going because they say that once you get distracted it takes you 20 minutes to get back and get into that same groove.
Well, imagine that your wife maybe didn't lose her job and you're the guy that now has to do the radio show and then go home and help him with virtual school. Could you imagine what that day would be like for you?
Yeah, 41% of people are having to do that are giving themselves a failing grade and doing both. They say, I'm not helping them with school well, and I'm not doing my own job well.
That would be tough.
Yeah, and that is going to be the problem.
And I bet you there's probably 29% of people that are in that scenario.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's all the people that say they're not productive anymore.
Yeah, so we're living in a new virtual video world that you can watch right now here on KVJ TV.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, talking about the Zoom meetings, Tiffany Haddish had a funny moment. She was on with Ellen yesterday and talked about a little Zoom blunder. I'll share that with you coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, oh my gosh, Jada Pinkett Smith says she doesn't even know Will Smith.
She's so dramatic.
Oh, Kevin.
And I get I'm a dramatic person calling out another dramatic person,
huh?
but we see dramatic people. She's so dramatic.
I've been married to him 23 years. I don't know him.
I mean, she's trying to get them Facebook numbers up. Is what she's trying to do.
It certainly caught my eye. She knows how to give you a teaser. Here she is talking about this on her Red Table Talk show.
One of the things that I realize is that I don't know Will at all. Let me tell you, that's been something to be married to somebody for 20 some odd years and then realize I don't know you and you don't know me.
At all, huh?
At all.
At all.
Do you ever really know anybody, though? Do you really ever know anybody?
I think you can know parts of them that they show you, but you never really know
100%.
what somebody's got deep down, especially if they have dark thoughts. They're not going to tell you.
No.
And people change, Jbird.
I know.
They change a lot.
I know.
A lot, Jbird.
All right.
Mario Lopez is looking to put together the next big Latin boy band. Oh, I think I know a guy that did this many years ago.
Yeah, I got a name for you. It's called Latitude. You can take it. Did nothing for me.
So Mario Lopez is going to do it, but he's going to have it be the next incarnation of Menudo.
Okay.
It's going to be a competition show. It's going to be called Menudo. And, you know, back in the day, Menudo did this, and they worked in boys. And then as soon as those boys hit puberty and weren't cute anymore, they worked in new ones. And Ricky Martin got his start in that. So it's no network just yet, but Mario Lopez is going to be the host. So there you go. Tiffany Haddish was on Ellen DeGeneres yesterday and talked about an unfortunate introduction to Zoom. I guess it was her first Zoom call, and she had it on her phone, and she didn't realize that everybody could see her, and I don't know how you don't realize that, but she didn't.
Look, there's a lot of things going on with Zoom that are accidentally happening.
Yeah.
You're learning. We're all learning as we go, and so she didn't know that if she went into the bathroom to go pee-pee and took the phone with her, that everybody could see her, and the people in her meeting were like, Tiffany, you know we can see you in the restroom, right? And so, yeah, that's how she learned. Everybody, they can see you on Zoom, so don't go to the restroom. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, what do you think about this? Good idea? Bad idea? We're doing this in Kansas City, Kansas. High school graduations at movie theaters, or I guess maybe drive-in movie theaters.
The 2019-2020 school year has not gone as planned. That is why we are excited to announce this year's graduation is headed to the movies. Soon, senior names will be on the big screen. And while we plan to continue to honor social distancing rules, this celebration will definitely be memorable.
Wow, okay.
I love that.
It's very dramatic.
That's smart.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
We got the Lake Worth Drive-In. I know that thing's still cranking.
You ever been to that thing?
I have.
You liked it?
I loved it. I saw Bolt, the animated movie with the little puppy.
Is it bring your own snacks? They have to sell snacks, right?
It's both. You can bring or you can buy.
Yeah. Well, why would you buy?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm not buying another. I'm going to stay in my car if I go. But you could do the whole graduation right there.
I thought that was a great idea, yeah. And we got the flea market drive-in, too, in Broward. So there's a couple different places where you can go check out a drive-in movie.
I mean, it can't be expensive to rent it out, right? Like, they don't do anything probably during the day normally.
It'd be great advertisement for them to let people know. Be like, hey, and by the way, just so you know, we're still showing movies. I mean, I'm sure a lot of those people would return.
Without the coronavirus, does the drive-in movies actually bring in a crowd? Do people do that?
They're getting to be more popular now, yeah, with the pandemic. A lot of articles on drive-in movie theaters, you're seeing a resurgence where they do have them. Now, keep in mind, there's not a lot of places this applies to. You're talking California, maybe Texas and Florida. It's had good enough weather where you could do this. But, yeah, it's becoming a thing, and I'd expect to see it in other states, too, as it starts to warm up.
I mean, for the younger generation, the whole I like to go to the movies so we can make out, it makes that a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, I never experienced a drive-in.
Never?
Never, yeah.
You would love it. It's actually super cozy.
Yeah, when I was a kid, through high school we had it, and then right after high school, our drive-ins closed down where I was from. But, yeah, it was fun. You never really watched the movie, but it was, it was fun, just kind of a place to go.
Definitely better than making out in the car than at the theater.
You could put like a little air mattress in the back of your truck.
Well, at that point. Why are we even going
to the
movies?
Yeah, if that's what we're going for, we might as well just stay home. Yeah, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Quarantine got everybody itching.
Unless you want people to watch.
Yeah. I mean, this is getting weird. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Hey, look at us. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if they do that. I haven't really heard what they might be doing for graduations here in South Florida. I know there was some. I think there was one. Didn't I see had maybe rescheduled to like July? They're planning on doing a legit graduation, but in July. That's what they're figuring on doing.
Okay.
Hoping that maybe by then they could get it off the ground and do something maybe with some social distancing rules in place. So I don't know. It's not a bad idea. We got a couple drive-ins. Be kind of cool to coordinate. They'd be up for it. You let us know. Put it in there.
Want to feel better about your own messed up life? Check out the people in the whacked out news every weekday morning at 8:45 on the KVJ Show. 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jbird?
So we're trying to figure out how to watch the KVJ horror movies together with the audience. Do you guys like that idea better if me and Dennys can figure it out for tomorrow night instead of the video game stuff? Because last week we did a video game, it wasn't even a challenge. It was one of those storyline video games where you walk down this road and you've got 3 or 4 options. Do you punch the guy with the pumpkin head, or do you jump on there's all these options, and then you do the storyline. And it wasn't any competition. It was just me and Dennys hanging out. And some people like the competition angle better than us just sitting doing storylines. And I got to tell you, video games are they're a lot of work, kind of stressing me out. I like to just kind of chill out and watch a movie with the people. But we are having a tough time figuring out how to do a watch party where you watch something the audience can see at the same time, and then we can interact. If anyone's got any ideas, because I know we got a very tech-savvy audience out there, please let me know, because I think that'd be great fun. Be cool if you could jump on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people want to know what you were thinking, what your motive was for acting.
Did you say thinking or drinking?
Both. You are a drinking actress.
I am. I'm on a set and I am drunk. I'm like Mommy Dearest. Joan Crawford. It's not an act. She was drinking.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was one of the meanest people on the planet as well.
That's my hero. I want to be Joan Crawford.
Yeah, so let me know if you guys know how to do that. We may not be able to, but I thought people could watch movies with other people. Didn't that sound familiar?
It does, but I don't know. Is it on YouTube?
Netflix is doing that where you can set up a group. I think you start online, then you're able to do it as a grouping together when you have Netflix movies. The KVJ horror movies aren't on Netflix.
Wait, the KVJ movies aren't on Netflix?
Yeah.
I know. We've tried. Right.
But I believe on Zoom, if I'm correct, I think that feature is there that you could pull it off of YouTube and put it up.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a Zoom little thing. I love it, Kev.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Look at that. You, problem solver.
I think I told you that yesterday.
I don't listen.
Virginia, what you got in your mind today?
Well, I just wanted to throw some love out there. You know, we've talked about local companies that like pivot and figure out a new way to do business to still be able to be successful, but yet help people in this weird, crazy time we're living in. So our friends that own Bucan and Grotto, the restaurant, kind of, had to pivot because obviously nobody's going out to fine dining at all right now.
Yeah.
And they have started doing provisions, and they've created this whole different business model where instead of doing, dine in, fine dining, they're mass producing affordable meals and packaging them for sale. And each meal is $5.50. And so they reached out to Little Smiles and they said, hey, I know you guys feed a lot of doctors and nurses, and we're helping feed so many families through a lot of local shelters that are now doing hundreds and hundreds of meals a week that they didn't do before because those kids were eating at school. So Little Smiles is buying a lot of meals, and so we're partnering with them. And for $5.50 per meal, we're feeding nurses and doctors and frontline healthcare workers. And so today we're doing a drop-off, and I'm so excited. We're going to Jupiter Medical Center with the food that we get from Bucan and Grotto.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's really cool.
It's really neat to see how they've changed this fine dining restaurant on the inside to a packaging line. It's like an assembly line. Somebody puts this into this little pocket. Somebody puts that into this pocket. And the food goes down the line and they seal it. And then they put it in this big case. And then it's refrigerated. And it's just like, wow.
Kind of reminds me of that burger game. Remember that they had the assembly line and
it's
the burger.
an assembly line where a fine dining
that.
restaurant used to be. Now it's literally an assembly line because they've pivoted to change their business plan and help people.
Oh, that is smart.
It's very smart.
How about that? What I got on my mind is maybe somebody can help me understand what this is. It's kind of odd. Yesterday I was on the Weird and Whatever podcast with Jbird, and I looked out my window, and there were people with backpacks, the face masks on, and they were spraying something. And I was wondering, are they spraying?
Is that your termite crew?
No.
Or is that just people just spraying Corona on your house?
I don't know what it was, but I was a little alarmed that these people were just out front of my house spraying the house and the sides, and I'm like, okay.
Does your HOA fees include lawn maintenance in the front?
Now they do, yeah, in the front, and that's what I was wondering, but I've never seen them in all the years spray anything. I've seen them out there working, and that's what I assumed it was, though I didn't recognize this tandem, but again, they're wearing, you can see pretty much, if you're watching KVJ TV, the face masks and all that kind of stuff, and I wondered, is that some kind of insecticide stuff? You can see from this shot how big the tank is and what it looked like. Or is it possible that some neighborhoods are doing some kind of disinfectant coronavirus type of spray? Because I got a buddy of mine that's got a business now that he's getting off the ground where they go into homes, offices.
Deep clean.
Yes, and they do that where whatever they spray around your house is going to kill 100% of any coronavirus and that kind of stuff.
My lawn guys, much like yours, are covered in the HOA. They're the guys that just come out and they cut the lawn for you. They've always sprayed, and I think it's weed killer.
It is weed killer. Okay.
My guys have always sprayed.
They have always. Okay, I've never seen our people spray. Maybe I just didn't pay attention.
Weed killer. You're making Dennys nervous.
But why would anyone want to kill weed?
Not that kind of weed.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, the guys in our neighborhood always are spraying something, and I wondered that too. Like, what is that?
Well, the thing that I kind of wondered too, because I just watched the Coronavirus Explained on Netflix 2 nights ago, and they showed in whatever, maybe it's China or some, Asian nation like that, and they were walking around. They had people in those kind of like hazmat suits, and they were just walking around the town everywhere, spraying down the town. I'm like, I wonder if we're going to see that, and when and what it would look like. Would it look the same way? And would that weird us out, or are we just used to anything that looks weird now? people walking around like that and just spraying everything down.
See, if that was my mom back in the day, she would have went out in the backyard. What the hell are you doing? She used to yell at the FPL people. You know when they go out to check your meter?
Yeah.
Like, Mom, they're just doing their job. They're not a prowler.
They have to look at the meter.
They have to go in the backyard. Poor guys.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess the question is, my best explanation, if I had to guess, I would assume it was insecticide, but I'm just curious if there are places or developments now that are starting to spray around, if that is something that is happening yet that anybody has noticed, that they see people just going around and spraying for coronavirus. Somebody texted in and said, Jbird, to your end, Facebook also has Watch Party, and apparently that might be able to do what it is you want to do. It sounds like probably a lot of the same feature that you have on Zoom, where you could go on there and watch together. Now, the question I have, because this is one of the reasons why we haven't, up to this point, broadcast the regular show on Facebook, because any kind of copyright infringement, they will boot you off in a heartbeat.
They will.
And so that is the thing I have a question about with Facebook. If you went on there and started playing a regular released movie that has trademarks all over it, would Facebook allow you to show that with a bunch of friends, or would they boot you off right away?
It's a great question. And I don't know the answer, but I feel like Facebook would be a jerk.
And do we know that we own the rights to all of our KVJ movies?
We do. Everything's original except for there's a Gloria Estefan part, but a clip. And it's like a 3-second clip. We should be fine, which means we'll be kicked off.
Yeah.
But everything else is all original music, so we should be good. Should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody texted in and said, you know what, they're probably spraying for mosquitoes out front of my house. And that makes sense, because I was outside last night and I was getting gobbled up. I know some mosquitoes are coming back.
You got that tasty skin.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Well, you're beaming white. You're so.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like flashing, saying, "Hey, look at me," and then I'm delicious on top of it.
Was it your nickname back in Logan, Sweet Blood Ralston?
No, it wasn't, but it should have been. I love that. Suits, you got some info for us?
Yeah, I just looked it up. So to answer your question about the watch parties on Facebook, basically it allows you to hold a group that can watch a screening of a pre-recorded video that's publicly available on Facebook. So I don't know about putting your own stuff. If it's on Facebook, then maybe you can watch it, but that's the way that they word it. Well, is a pre-recorded video that's publicly available on Facebook.
If we embed it in Facebook, we should be fine then, right?
I think so.
Yeah, as long as there's no copyright, I think.
Yeah, that'd
good.
be the issue. Is that would that Gloria Estefan part get you booted or not?
We're gonna be all right. We got 3 movies to go through. Maybe all 3 is not a good idea. We'll do 1 tomorrow night. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is, yeah.
That's a lot.
All right, everybody, who's got 8 hours?
No, it's not that long.
So I'd say a lot of people probably have 8 hours.
Yeah, well, I think if we're going to do it, we're going to do the movie tomorrow night, not the video games.
I like it.
Me too.
I like switching it up. I get bored really quick, and I like a different new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you for all the info. Well, we're just like everybody. We're trying to figure out exactly what you can do and what you can't do. If you're not in Palm Beach, Broward, or Miami-Dade counties, the world is going to be opening up a lot more for you. And one of the big things that I think is a radical change that you're going to notice, I think, right away is just going to be the restaurants. That if you're in Martin, if you're in Port St. Lucie, some of those towns and counties, then it looks like you're going to have some dining and retail establishments that are going to be able to reopen at 25% capacity inside with dining outside. That, I think, is kind of a big deal. So that's a nice little change that those areas and counties are going to see. The other 3 counties that I just named are going to have to wait. And there are some places that just can't wait. And we're looking at some businesses that are out there that are struggling. I know they're just trying to hold on, and that's why they're really watching, saying, gosh, we really need some help, and we need it pretty quick. There was one place that used to have a spot in West Palm Beach, and they had already gone out of business in that location. Remember that Metro Diner that they had, Virginia?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that? It was right there at Congress and Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. It gone out for a while. In fact, they've already got another restaurant's going to be coming in there. But the Metro Diner, I think they started in Jacksonville before they hit South Florida, and then they opened up in different places like Pembroke Pines, Tamarack, Coral Springs. Well, they just announced on Monday that they're going to be permanently closing all of those locations.
Wow.
So Metro Diner is going to be gone from South Florida.
That's it. They're done.
And that was a newer place, a place that is definitely a lot more established here. This is kind of jarring to see this today, a place that was founded right here in South Florida in 1981 with just one location in Palm Beach has just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's protection from creditors, and who knows what will happen to the future of 2J's.
Oh.
2J's?
2J's.
No.
Dang.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. I knew it was going to be...
oh, my God.
He needs a moment.
I figured he would.
Dang.
Yep. They have 16 restaurants in South Florida. So there's a good chance that you probably know of 2J's.
They have my all-time favorite cake. It's the best cake ever. It was made every...
They brought it to you for your birthday.
Every list I've ever done for food, that cake makes it.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough.
I know. It is tough.
I'm going to go home.
He has to take a
for the week.
He has to take a 2J's day.
This is it.
Is that a viable excuse to miss work?
For you?
Cam, I just can't go on.
I know.
That cake is gone.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not a businessman by any means. Chapter 11 is a restructuring. It's a protection from creditors. It's saying that they are struggling and they need help and they have to redo it because it's like, help, we can't pay bills. So back off is kind of what it is.
I mean, they have some very nice locations. The one in downtown at the Gardens, the rent cannot be cheap.
Yeah.
And so maybe they want to protect themselves from having to pay their rent.
Yeah.
But still be able to give you the cake you need.
Yeah, man. I mean, this has been a staple here, at least in Palm Beach County, forever. We used to go to the one that was in Loman's Plaza in Palm Beach Gardens. That's where it used to be. The one downtown the Gardens, they moved from there.
It's new, yeah.
And my mom and Ann would go there all the time. They had these 2 bacon cheddar dogs that you could get. It was such a bountiful dish.
Bacon cheddar dog sounds great.
Oh, they were so good. I don't know if
as a woman of hot dog, I love the way that sounds.
You know me, I'm not a hot dog guy, and I love these things. Then you jam the coleslaw in them. Oh.
You should go today. You should go because who knows what's going to happen.
Who knows what tomorrow brings?
Well, it's a heads up, and I don't know what this is going to mean for the day-to-day operation of 2J's right now, but I know it's stunning a lot of people. People are like, wait, what? What? Did you just say 2J's Chapter 11?
You just got bird shook.
Yeah, somebody texted and said, yeah, I worked there for 5 years. I met my fiance there. Damn, what a blow. Boink 2J's shout out. Yeah, that's the kind of place where you're like, okay, we gotta.
They're fun and they love us. 2J's has been very, very good to us.
That was me at Panda's mandate place for a good four or 5 years.
I know. He tells me the stories about the cute little waitresses that you guys used to have playful banter with. Naughty possums.
All right.
Yes.
You can't get that naughty in 2J's.
Well.
Yeah. So, hopefully we're just talking about some kind of restructuring, but it just lets you know that a lot of places are struggling. And so if you hear that, you may be like, if a 2J's is open near me, then I need to do what I can to try to funnel some money in there.
And the cake I'm talking about is their chocolate killer cake. It's just your basic chocolate cake. It's got layers in it, Virginia, with the little the skin of the cake is chocolate chips.
Do they call it skin?
No,
That's going to make it less appetizing.
It
is,
the body of the cake.
2J's is like, shut up. Stop talking about us. There's no skin on our cake.
The body of the cake. I'm excited over here.
I get it. I know you're very excited. Yes. So, just be kind of interesting to see what happens. That's, one of the big debates that my wife and I have been having is like what places are going to make it through this and what places are not.
Dang.
Yeah, but it is kind of a reminder and a wake up that if you have a place that is near and dear to you, don't take it for granted that it is going to be there. Go support, get as much takeout as you can from that place and keep funneling your money there.
I was talking to the pizza girls, and they have 2 locations, Palm Beach Gardens and Clematis. Mm-hmm. They were like, we don't know if Clematis is going to make it. Clematis might have to shut down because there's like nobody coming in. There's no workers downtown going into all those offices, and they relied on a lot of that. There's no people coming to city events. They relied on a lot of that.
Yeah. And that is tough. That's why all this stuff is really just a waiting game, and these places are just trying to buy time. I saw that I think their landlord, Jen and Phoebe's landlord, cut them a little bit of a break on rent.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out. They've got me through the quarantine, Pizza Girls. They're on my delivery app. Their Sicilian pizza is outstanding. If you like a thick pie, I recommend extra cheese and extra sauce with that baby.
She likes it thick.
Fully commit to it.
It's
okay. Delicious.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Just kind of a heads up as we are daily looking. You're going to see a lot more restaurants, unfortunately, with that closed sign on the door. Could be for good.
That's scary.
Ralston's got me reeling.
I'm sorry. I should have saved this for the end of the show. I shouldn't have hit you so early. You're right. He's in a tailspin now.
He wants to go home.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to recover. I'm sorry. Few celebrities having a birthday today. Got a little shout out for Travis Scott. I think Virginia's a big fan. He's the one that has a kid with one of those Jenner people.
Is he Kylie's baby daddy?
Okay.
I think it's Kylie's baby daddy.
Okay.
Why you gotta ask that question, Kev?
I know somebody knows. For somebody, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Gal Gadot is 35 today. That's Wonder Woman.
I thought it was Gal Gadot.
I thought it was Gal Gadot.
Yeah, say it however you want.
She switched it up on us. All of us were calling her Gal Gadot, and then she's like, "No, it's Gadot."
I saw two YouTube videos on how to pronounce her name right, and both of them were saying the opposite. So I don't know what's real.
How about Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst is 38 today, and Johnny Galecki turns 45.
Kirsten Dunst is in one of the most underrated movies of all time. Bring It On. It's a great movie.
Yeah?
That's a great cheerleading movie.
Okay, you love cheerleading movies, huh?
It's great. It's got good drama, man.
What was the other one? Step It Up, or something like that?
For cheerleading?
Yeah.
Bring It On's the only one I really know about.
Okay.
I'm a Bring It On kind of girl.
Oh, okay. I thought they had I thought there was like an era of the cheerleader movie.
There is. You're right.
Yeah.
I kind of.
You do love a cheerleader dance battle movie. I mean, what about taking that on as a project?
There's a cheerleading move that I would love to learn. I've never been taught. It's a dance move. You know the dance. I've showed it to you before.
The herky?
No.
You always talk about the herky.
It's because I dated a girl who always talked about the left herky in high school. My left herky is so terrible. Like she was really struggling with it.
Maybe we can get you on Dance Moms or something like that. Don't they have a cheerleading show too?
Yeah, I think so.
Got to say happy 5th birthday to Danielle from Mommy, Daddy, and Sissy Michelle. And also a happy 9th birthday to Nico from Mommy, Ryan, Kevin, Lily, Timba, Cammie, Sirius Black, and Harry Potter. So I think those are probably pets, if not... But you never know. I mean, after we had Tupac Shakur in the news and Speedy Gonzalez was on the run from the law.
If your mama names your brother Harry Potter, though, it's going to be troublesome.
That governor had to talk again. He had to apologize for the whole Tupac Shakur again. Yeah, there's another clip going around.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy story out of Kentucky. He was talking about people that are taking advantage of the system. And he said, I mean, we even had a guy named Tupac Shakur try to sign up to get benefits, and then he found out that was actually the guy's real name, and then he had to apologize.
He had to apologize to the guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Shakur.
Sorry.
I didn't know. And it's my fault that we have a Kentuckian who goes by Malik, whose name is Tupac Shakur.
Okay, well, there you go.
It's crazy times.
Crazy times.
Even in Kentucky.
Even in Kentucky. Crazy times. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Today is the last day for a few of those all-in challenge auctions that are out there. And I don't know if you guys have done a deep dive on it, but if you want to, for instance, go and play golf with Greg Norman, that expires tonight at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So you might want to go and jump on that. That was a round of golf at the Medalist Golf Club in Hobe Sound. 18 holes. How nice would that be,
That would be, if you're a golfer, that's huge.
What I did is I was looking at the All-In Challenge website and the auctions they have there. You've got one on there from Greg Norman, and you've got one on there from Jack Nicklaus, where you can go and play a round of golf at the Bears Club in Jupiter. What would you pay more money for?
Definitely Bears Club, because that's where Michael Jordan lives.
Yeah, Michael Jordan lives in that
And
development.
he was seen riding his bicycle the other day in the neighborhood.
And he's a hot name again, too, with that
It's very
ESPN
topical.
documentary, yeah.
I go Jack because back in the day, I used to coach his kids at baseball camp. No big deal.
You did?
Virginia name drop story.
If you would run into him, would he remember you?
No.
Oh.
I don't. The kid might. I never met Jack. The kid that in fact, the kid is a big time football player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He went to Dwyer. I forget his name.
He went to Dwyer. He went to Florida State, and then he just was recently playing with the Dolphins. Most recently, played with the Bills.
And
too.
you coached this guy?
There was 3 kids that were from the family. I'm not sure if they were all brothers or not, but they came to the baseball camp a lot. I mean, when I say coach, I was there.
I think he got his athletic prowess from your instruction.
I mean, debatable.
You molded him into the man he is.
No, when I say I coached, I basically babysat them for.
Yeah.
It was a camp.
It's kind of their babysitter, yeah. No big deal. It's really not. So which one do you think is going for more money? Is it Jack or is it the Shark, Greg Norman?
Jack.
It's Jack.
Definitely Jack.
It's got to be Jack.
All right, we'll see if you guys are right. I got a full rundown of the All-In Challenge auctions next.
It's KVJ. When and where you want it. Listen to the KVJ Show and the After the Show podcast daily, commercial free. Search your smartphone's podcast app to listen for free. 97.9 WRMF.
A lot of celebrities have jumped into the All-In Challenge where they are either raffling or auctioning off experiences that you can do. There's 2 different categories. The auction is one like a traditional auction. It's the highest bid. The raffles are experiences where you can go and buy for like $10 a ticket and Justin Bieber might fly to your home and sing Baby for you in person in your living room.
That's the ones that I like, the raffle.
Yeah.
Where it's for $10, you get 10 entries.
Yep.
And you just have a shot, baby.
It's more realistic.
Right. And I think real fans can win that. Real people can win that. The ones where it's the highest bidder, I'm just like, whatever.
Some rich person.
Yeah, whatever.
Not really feeling that one, huh, Virginia?
Not at all. And this time, I don't want anybody flaunting their wealth.
Yeah. But I guess if you've got it, it's good to throw it to an experience where the money can be used for something productive.
True, but I think they make a lot more on those ones where it's just $10 and the average guy can get it.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see the comparisons.
I've bought a few of them.
On what would make more. And I've got some of the auctions. Some of them already have been completed. Now, I want to see if you can figure out which one went for more money. A few of these are already completed, and one of them has just got the highest bid. It's a quarterback battle here on this one in the All-In Challenge. It's quarterback Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers versus Peyton Manning, retired from the Colts and Broncos, and then Tom Brady, who is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Is his done?
His is done.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so here's what you get. With Aaron Rodgers, it's a tour of Lambeau Field where the Packers play. You get to see the locker room and go to a Packers game with Aaron Rodgers. But, of course, he's playing, so you're really not going to...
You're not with him.
No. You've got Peyton Manning, which is a round of golf and dinner afterwards. And then you got Tom Brady, where you get to go see his first home game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You get his first game-worn jersey, cleats, and you get to have dinner or a workout after the game. Okay. Which one of those is most awesome? Which one of those went for the most money or has the highest current bid? What do you think, Virginia?
I'm going Tom Brady has the most.
Okay. What do you think, Jbird?
I'm going Aaron Lewis, or Aaron Rodgers.
The guy from Stain?
Aaron Rodgers. I'm going Aaron Rodgers instead of.
You okay?
No.
Still reeling about 2 J's?
I think I am. Aaron Rodgers, Kevin.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay. The Aaron Rodgers tour of Lambeau Field is going for $85,000.
Whoa.
That is the current bid on that. Virginia, your guess was Tom Brady. His went for $800,000.
Oh, my gosh.
$800,000.
So I lost that round?
Poor Peyton Manning. What did his go for? I like Peyton the most out of those 3 you named.
Personality-wise?
He's a New Orleans boy.
$525,000.
Not too shabby.
That's not bad. Yeah. But, yeah, Tom Brady is the best out of the 3.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady, the Patriots fans
Well,
love him.
his also is just the coolest, too. I mean, you get his first home game jersey with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's something you could sell later or frame up. Be like, yeah, it's the first one he wore. That alone is really pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is. Why would I pick
Aaron Lewis? Yeah, why are you picking Aaron Lewis? I have no idea.
Aaron Lewis or Aaron...
Who the hell is Aaron Lewis?
He's the lead singer of
Stained.
Stained.
And you know that why?
I don't know. I have weird things.
Because you love Stains?
No, I don't.
He gets
He
it.
is a man of Stains.
Why don't you stop laughing at your own jokes, first of all?
It was funny.
Okay, who's winning this all-in challenge here? You've got golfers Jack Nicklaus versus Greg Norman. I'll give you the quick rundown. For Jack Nicklaus, you can join him for lunch, and you play a round of golf at the Bears Club in Jupiter. That's the same development with Michael Jordan.
That
where he calls
place
home.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice little place, and that's where Celine Dion used to live, and many other very rich and famous people like to hang in that area. Or you can play 18 holes with 3 guests at the Medalist Golf Club in Hope Sound with 2-time Open champion Greg Norman. You'll then be treated to lunch afterwards at one of Norman's favorite area restaurants.
Is he going to sit with you?
Yeah, and he'll talk business, fitness, whatever you want. Golf. That's what they threw down as topics of discussion.
Interesting. One comes with golf and lunch, and the other one's just lunch. Tour.
You get lunch with Jack. Yeah, Jack Nicklaus for lunch and play a round of golf. So you get basically the same with both.
Oh.
I'm going to stick with the Nicholas is my final.
Okay. Virginia, what do you think? Which one's going for more?
I agree with the bird.
Okay, very nice. You were both wrong.
The Shark won?
Shark is winning current bid on his, and it does expire tonight at 9 p.m. if you want to jump in and get this. His is going for $75,000, and Jack's is going for $65,000.
Huh.
So they're close, and I believe both are still open through today if you want to go and try to get either one of those packages. How about this one? Who is winning this all-in challenge? The 2 celebrity packages are for Party Monsters Dennis Rodman or DJ Pauly D.
I know who I'm picking. Who I would want. I would probably pick Pauly D over.
Let me tell you what both packages are here so that you know what you're getting yourself into before you throw out who's got the higher bid.
Let's compare.
Okay, Dennis Rodman. His all-in challenge says, ride in style with Dennis Rodman in Miami. Start out by joining the Worm on the BurgerFi Lamborghini 52-foot hyperboat. You and your guest will then accompany Dennis Rodman to lunch in one of his Lamborghinis. You'll then go to Supercar Saturdays, Florida, and you also get a Rodman autograph ball and jersey. DJ Pauly D will give you a 1-hour DJ lesson.
Okay, that's kind of awesome.
Before you hit the club and sit beside the booth with bottle service. Then you'll party the night away afterwards as DJ Pauly D takes over your Instagram. You then take home the clothes that DJ Pauly D wore that night.
What?
And then you can go home and sniff them? Like, what?
How weird is that?
It's so random.
What a random thing to throw in there. That's the best they can do?
That's what they got.
Guys, we have time
He
to
doesn't have a game ball.
But, I mean,
That's his game ball.
Something, I mean, no. Jeez.
Yeah, what?
Gosh, I don't want to go with Rodman either.
Okay, so which one do you think has the higher current bid right now? Dennis Rodman or DJ Pauly D?
I'm going DJ Pauly D on principle, and yes, I am going to sniff those pants.
Okay.
I think Rodman's got the highest bid. I think I'm going to have more fun with Pauly D, though.
Amen.
But I think Rodman's winning.
Okay. Higher bid, DJ Pauly D.
Yay!
$22,500 for that package, and Rodman's is going for $14,000.
Look, he's the most likable character from Jersey Shore.
He really is.
And that might be it. You know, Dennis Rodman, he's getting a lot of pub right now because of the Michael Jordan documentary they got on ESPN, but I just don't know that people really want to hang with him.
Pauly D is going to make it fun for you, too.
Yeah.
If you're not a chick, Rodman is not going to be into you.
Yeah.
He's not going to want to hang out with dude. Trust me, I saw him in South Beach. He didn't want any dudes around him.
Yeah.
That would be annoying. Like, he wouldn't want to, he would be annoyed.
He'd be
making
annoyed
it
by you, yeah.
uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He's very competitive with other dudes, and he was actually like telling dudes to go away from him. It looked like
Really?
when I saw him, he only wanted chicks around him.
So you bid, and as you get in the car, it's like, get away from me. I don't want you. I know
Your
you.
girlfriend can come, but you can't.
Okay, who is winning this all-in challenge? It's a TV appearance on the Dr. Oz show or This Is Us.
What are you doing on Dr. Oz? He's just interviewing you for...
You co-host an episode with him.
Wow.
Then you go to lunch.
Wow.
And with This Is Us, that package is landing a speaking role on the next season of This Is Us. The winner and a guest are invited then to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner with the cast and crew on the set.
That's going to be more. This Is Us.
I want This Is Us. Yeah, This Is Us is going to be more.
That's
Dr.
gonna be
Oz
more.
has a lot of yahoos on his show already.
Well,
I feel like you can get easier access to Oz.
I changed my answer. I can tell in Kevin's voice that we got it wrong. I'm going Dr. Oz is the highest bid.
Oh, you're changing just because of that?
Because of your voice.
Okay. Dr. Oz is higher.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Kevin had to tell on his
Kevin
But
don't have poker
again,
voice.
on a regular game show, they're not going to let you change your answer, especially when you give that reason. I could tell Alex Trebek's voice that I was wrong. I'm going to change it just for that.
Changing my answer because I want to cheat.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
No, I could tell in Kevin's voice.
Yeah.
But that's cheating.
Yeah, they're going to be like, no, sorry. No. Yeah, the Doc Oz package going for $50,000. The one for This Is Us goes for $38,000.
Really?
Right?
Which one would the Kevin Ralston want?
I don't even know anything about This Is Us. That's a show
It's
where
a
people
very
cry, right?
popular show.
Yeah, but you know you're getting a role. You're getting.
I don't know anybody on it.
It's a massive show.
Yeah, I know. I know
But
it
then
is.
you get to go and like be on the set, and you get to see like how all the inner workings of behind the scenes on a TV show. That's
Yeah, can I pay to do neither?
a drama.
You would actually do great on Dr. Oz.
Think so?
Yeah, you're a host. You'd be able to fly with everything.
And it might open the door for something else. Who knows?
Yeah,
I
maybe-
might get my own health show.
You talk about hair health. That's your thing.
Oh, I like it.
I'm Kevin
I like
Ralston. I am the hair health guy.
I
You
like
do a
it.
giant plug for the hair club.
They would love it. Yeah, let's
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh, you'd be
Doc
a-
Oz talked me into it.
Saint, they love you.
That's you. That's you.
Yeah, okay. And I got another one here for you. I love this all-in challenge. Okay. It's magic with either David Copperfield or David Blaine.
Oh.
Okay, all right. The one package is a day of magic with David Copperfield, or it's a private magic show and lesson with David Blaine. Which one is going for more in the all-in challenge?
I'm going Blaine because Copperfield is creepy.
Oh, yeah, Blaine.
And I heard he likes the Copperfield.
Yeah, Blaine's not creepy.
He's less creepy, right?
I don't know, man. I think I do go with Blaine. If he's teaching, I want to see the
That's
magic
apparently
tricks.
it. He'll reveal
Yeah.
some secrets.
But it better be good. It better not be like a card trick or something. Or
Okay.
a rabbit out of the hat. I want to see some Blaine mind freaked stuff.
Yeah.
Is he the mind freak?
Yeah, he's the...
Or Chris
No, that's
Angel.
Chris
Oh.
Angel's a mind
Can I
freak
check?
guy.
Can I,
Nailing it over
He
there.
doesn't have a package.
can I bid for Angel?
No.
All right. I still want my mind freak though. I'll go Blaine.
You're going to go Blaine, Virginia.
I'm going Blaine. He's younger, he's hipper, and he's not as creepy.
He's the opposite of you.
Yeah. You're right for many reasons.
You got some balls, Santa.
Yeah, his package is winning. David Blaine, a private magic show and less than $110,000 is that bid, and Copperfield's pretty cheap at $31,000.
Okay.
So there you go. Time to laugh, y'all. Denny's Joke Jury is here. He's got some jokes for us. We just judge if they're funny or not. His goal is to get us to at least laugh at one of these jokes.
I'm in a real giggly mood today, so it bodes well for you, Dennis.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. All right.
She's always giggly. When you walk in the room, she's like a teen girl.
So I swoon with my best friend.
You do, and you blush.
Okay.
I love this guy.
All right, well, let's keep track here. How many of these 5 jokes are going to be good? We can give Denny's a score even at the end of this.
I mean, last week, it was awesome.
Well, let's see if I'm up to that same standard.
Okay.
You sound fired up.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Joke number 1.
What does Pinocchio hear when he tells a bad joke?
I don't know. What does he hear?
Jiminy Crickets.
Smart comedy.
Yeah.
We like
okay.
it.
All right.
Second joke for you guys. Why aren't mules good workers?
I don't know. Why aren't mules good workers?
Because they half-ass it.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Two for two.
Look at this guy. And his hair's on point.
Yes, it
Thanks,
is.
thanks.
Wow.
Third joke. What do you call good vibrations at Sunday breakfast?
I don't know. What do you call it?
Marky Mark and the Funky Brunch.
You got us in stitches, Dennis.
Whoa.
He's on a roll.
Can he get a perfect score here today?
He's good. He's doing it.
Just keep going. You're killing.
All right.
Fourth Joko, what kind of infection could you get from having sex with a plant?
I don't know. What kind of infection could you get?
A U-tree-I.
I'm a fan.
I am too.
U-tree-I.
It's close to home because I get UTIs occasionally.
Right.
They're rough.
Okay, it's not a door for you to walk through.
Yeah, exactly.
Final joke to close this out. What did the scientist get fired for at the lab?
I don't know. What did he get fired for?
For dropping acid.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn, did I get Jiminy Crickets?
Was that a laugh? What did Virginia do? Oh, are you okay over there?
I liked it. All of it.
It's amazing. It was a 4 out of 5, and you know the old comedy adage, leave them laughing?
Well, always leave them on a low note.
We were just loving it at the end, like, oh.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Well, we always love saluting our KVJ heroes of the day. If there's somebody that's in the area that's doing something really awesome, let us know about it. We want to be able to, get the word out there and say, hey, good job. Because the one thing I'm noticing through this whole pandemic is that when somebody does something good, somebody else sees that and then they do something good. And then it catches. You
are right.
A virus can spread in a bad way, but so can positivity.
You are so right. And a lot of these celebrities that are stepping up and digging into their own personal pockets to do it are inspiring regular people. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Yeah, they are really doing some good stuff. And I saw a story on all the local TV networks with our boy Rob Van Winkle, Vanilla Ice. Lana Watson is a special needs teacher in Port St. Lucie, and she needed some repairs done to her home and got to see the video on that. And Vanilla Ice showed up and said, okay, no problem. I got this.
Ridiculously grateful. This whole thing has just been such a gift. He's so genuine and generous.
She sprinkles a lot of magic over the community and these children and their lives and their parents of these children, and really makes a difference in their lives. And I figured since she does all that magic that we would sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust and magic around the house here for her. I'm honored to be here and do this for her.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
So cool.
She's a special ed teacher and Little Smiles volunteer.
Really? No way.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that? Go figure. Got Rob on here right now. I think he's running around doing some different projects. Are you wearing a cape these days, Rob?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. That's amazing, man.
I wish I could fly. I haven't been this long without getting on an airplane even my whole life. I feel retired.
Yeah, well, the one thing that I've noticed, and I saw a couple things. You posted the other day, too. You had done a shout-out for an elementary school in Boca Raton, and I noticed right away that you are growing a really impressive pandemic beard right now.
You see that?
Oh my god! I mean, Jbird, it's amazing what Rob. It's thick. It's getting long. It's got girth to it.
It's pretty.
It's
nice.
See this thing?
Yeah, you need to see it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you feel different. Like I never had a beard this big. I've had a couple, but not this big. I told her, I was like, I'm not going to shave until this whole epidemic is over. But I feel like a lumberjack.
Oh, I'm looking at a picture right now. You got an awesome G.I. Joe beard.
Yeah, it is. It does. It's like an action hero beard he's got. Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm in awe.
It is amazing. Look at that. Yeah, it's on KVJ TV. That's really cool. Well, I thought that was really awesome because in the story, the one part that wasn't covered there in the audio is that it would have been $10,000 worth of repair to Lana's house.
Wow.
That you stepped in and did. And yeah, it was. She just want to sit outside. The weather has been beautiful. And her back patio, the roof on it. What did you say, Rob? It was just kind of coming down a little bit, right? And sprinkles?
Yeah, we got a lot of humidity and rain here in Florida. She lives in a wood house. So,
okay.
If you don't have paint to cover the wood is exposed, and over the years it starts to crack, and then the water and everything and humidity gets in there, and you've seen it before. It just turns into a sponge. I mean, you could just take your fingers and it falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what her house was doing, falling apart. And when she said, "Do you know any contractors?" I'm like, "Oh my!" And I knew who I was like, "You're a teacher, for these kids, and you're a volunteer for Little Smiles, and you do so much for the community. I mean, but on your pay, how are you going to, make this happen? This is not a cheap thing, I mean, it's probably, $3-4 grand just to paint the exterior of a house.
Wow.
Right.
And then you have all the prep work, and we had to replace all this wood and paneling. She's got one of those, kind of up north kind of houses where you have the paneling on the side. So we pulled all the paneling off, replaced all that, and she had a leak, which really scared me, right from the roof in the flashing, coming straight down into the electric panel.
Oh, wow.
And, water and electricity doesn't mix very well, so that's a complete fire hazard right there. When I saw that, I was like, oh, my God. And there was mold all over, so you had a health hazard. And I'm like, this lady really needs some help. And we got hurricane season coming, and, I mean, there was just all kinds of things. But, what she's done for the community and the kids, with Little Smiles, and, for 18 years, she's been up there at the Maripol School, teaching the special needs children.
That's great.
She's a sweetheart, and she works out there in the back, man, and all the ceiling was flaking off.
Yeah.
Because whoever came in there, they mixed the stucco with the paint so they could come in there without having to wait an extra day to dry. They just wanted to get it done and leave the job. Kind of what they do back in the day or whatever for a cheap job, cheap, quick, So they did that, and it falls apart on you. It's not sticking or anything, and the humidity makes it do that. And I don't know how toxic the paint and the chemicals that make that stuff are, but she was out there with a cup of coffee. I can only imagine, this stuff kind of
falling down in it, terrible.
In the coffee, and she's out there still, homeschooling all of her students right now on the back porch. I'm like, this is ridiculous, conditions.
Yeah.
And we went in there, and she was thinking we were going to give her an estimate, and I was like, I'm not even going to charge her for this. I'm going to just do it because she needs this, and what she does, it helps everybody so much. And you guys know, I mean, listen, Little Smiles and this whole community and the hospitals and everything, it started with us, guys. When I met you, Kevin, over there at the Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
This is like, I don't know, 16-something years ago.
It's been a long time. We both look younger, and our beards weren't as thick.
I figure when I shave the beard, I'm going to take off at least 5 years. But, and then Little Smiles, I wouldn't know so much about that if it wasn't for you guys and Virginia and everybody. And, I see you at all the functions and everything. And, and when I go to the hospital, I was like, who are these people up here? You don't look like a nurse. You don't look, because Wes and I have been going up there for years with, the Toys for Tots and dropping off toys at Palms West Hospital on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of like when nobody's up there, they're all at home with their families. So we decided to go up there and, make these kids' day, and we've been doing that 15 years.
I know.
And I started running into these people, and I'm like, who are these people up here? And they're all from Little Smiles. And I'm like, man, you guys are helping out.
Yeah.
Kind of doing what we're doing. And I was like, yes, what a cool thing.
Let's combine forces and do it together. Yay.
And it was you, Virginia, that helped us do that. So that's what's so cool is that, we all work together, and we got a great community that helps. And these
that's
kids,
true. It really is. It just takes somebody kind of taking the lead and doing stuff here. And I know that when you keep doing this stuff, Rob, you inspire so many other people to do great stuff. And so,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, when they see Rob walk in the hospital, they lose it, and everybody gets excited. And it's so awesome that you're taking time out of your day to be able to put smiles on faces for that. We really appreciate it.
And a side note too about Lana, who you helped out, the special needs teacher. She's a lung cancer survivor, and this week is her birthday too.
Oh
so
my gosh,
that's
awesome.
Yeah, you want to talk about a great present?
I didn't even know all that until later, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is, this was needed to happen.
It definitely was.
Amen.
Well, thanks again, buddy. And whenever this is all done, if you want, Jbird will shave your beard for you right here on the radio.
I'd be honored.
Yeah,
I would be honored.
that would be a little bit friendly, but
okay, buddy.
He might be drunk. Is that okay?
Hey, I love it. Always good to chat with you guys, man. Keep doing the good stuff.
You too, buddy,
You
man.
too.
Thanks for all you're doing, man. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really cool. And Little Smiles is doing a ton of stuff. And with your help, and always with your help, they are feeding the front lines. They're going out providing meals to all kinds of medical teams at 11 different hospitals and facilities, all the way from Miami to the Treasure Coast. They've already provided 740 plus meals to nurses and medical staff. And if you donate $10, you can feed one nurse, doctor, or support team. And if you could contribute $300, it would feed an entire nurse unit. You can text Give Smiles, one word, Give Smiles to 44321.
And it's so easy to do. It's like a few little clicks. You can Apple Pay.
Yep.
And boom, just do it. So easy and user-friendly. We're going today to actually deliver.
Right.
We're going up to Jupiter Medical Center to go bring a bunch of food from Grotto and Buchan.
Nice.
Fancy stuff.
That's awesome. We're all going together.
We are. So we'll put that video up later and everybody can see all of our amazing healthcare workers that are on the front lines and dealing with this every day. They deserve some yummy food.
And there's a lot of people to thank, and everybody who's helping to put the wind in the sails of Little Smiles. You guys are doing a lot too. So make sure you give those donations. Text Give Smiles to 44321. Oh yeah, love these stories. You know, I think everybody really has at least one really exciting story to tell, and that's why I think everybody could play along with Who Is Legit. What we do is we've got somebody of interest that is on the show, and then we got somebody that is a complete fraud. Can you tell the difference? Now, Dennys always comes up with the pseudonyms for our people on Legit or Not, and he's picked out two celebrities that have been stabbed before. One is called Harrison.
For George Harrison.
George Harrison from the Beatles, who was stabbed, and then Feldman for Corey Feldman, who apparently was stabbed back in the day.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what he claims?
Yes.
Okay.
With like a needle.
All right. Corey Feldman. All right, so we'll start off with Harrison. Hello, Harrison.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing just good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Doing good. All right, we'll be asking you a few questions here in a second, and then we also have Feldman. Hello, Feldman.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the show here. Okay, now one of these people has legitimately been stabbed, like a knife has been thrust into their body.
Horrifying.
Yes, I couldn't even imagine what that would be like. And so my first question, because for anybody like myself who has not yet been stabbed, Harrison, how would you describe the sensation and the feeling when the blade is going into your body? What does it feel like to be stabbed?
It's hot. It burns. More so than anything else is the burning sensation.
Interesting. Okay. And for you, Feldman, how would you describe the sensation of being stabbed?
It was just a sharp pain, and my vision just went completely white, and that's the last thing I remember.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Now, I assume there is a backstory here for each of those, because not a lot of us just walk down the street and get stabbed. There might be something that had happened. What was the environment? What was the situation for you, Harrison, around you getting stabbed?
All right. Yeah, I was doing clinical rotations as a student in a local ER. And I had recently gotten out of the military. Local law enforcement brought in a guy who had burglarized a house in a fancy neighborhood, and I guess he got beaten up pretty badly in the process.
Okay.
So when I met him, he was first strapped down to a gurney.
Okay.
Later on in the day, I rounded the corner and I saw this same guy sprinting right at me. I was standing next to an elderly patient that I felt I needed to protect, so I ran straight at the guy, and we collided and were on the ground, and before I knew it, he sliced through my wrist, my shoulder, and he went in for a stabbing in my upper left chest, and it stuck right into one of my ribs.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking here today.
Oh my
I was able to wrestle through with him, and he went to try and stab me again, and I was able to use his momentum to get him on the ground, where I took my steel toes to his face.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, so
You sound so sexy right now.
I know, right? That's a hero move.
Oh
He's
my
like,
gosh. Protecting the elderly?
Wow.
It is real.
You're right.
If it is real. Virginia hot and bothered over
I
here.
mean,
We could have a great actor
Yeah.
on the line.
this guy's a hero.
He could be a complete fraud.
We haven't even heard Corey Feldman's story yet.
Okay. We're trying to find out who is legit here. We got Feldman. One of these people has legit been stabbed. What was the circumstances around you getting stabbed, Feldman?
So this was when I was in my early 20s. I was dating this guy I met at Nikki Beach in Miami, and he was obviously very rich because he wore expensive clothes. He had the fancy watch. He drove a Maserati, everything.
Okay.
And he was about 20 years older than me. But we started dating. He gave me his number. We were hanging out, and we went and had a lot of fancy dinners. I went on this boat a few times. It was pretty cool. And one night we went to dinner at my favorite park, and I lived around there, so he would come there to see me. And we were leaving this place called Gigi's. He was giving me a ring box, and I was so startled. I was trying to process. And then the next thing you know, I feel this pain in my back. And that's when my vision turned white, like I told you about. And when I woke up, I was in the hospital. And they didn't tell me everything that happened right away, but eventually I come to find out this guy I was dating was married, and his wife stabbed me in the back.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
If that is real, Virginia.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
It's a great story.
Do you already have your answer? Because I already got my answer.
I don't know. I got either the hero or the chick that was with the older dude and his wife stabbed him in the back.
I already got my answer.
I want to believe in heroes, but I'm not sure. Jbird, do you have a question for either Harrison or Feldman as we try to figure out which is the legit story?
We won't do any role playing. We won't do that
Okay,
today.
all right.
I just want to know, tell me in great detail what happened to the perpetrator. Did they go to jail? Are they still in jail?
Okay, we'll start with Feldman, who just told the story, because I'm very fascinated. If his wife did stab you in the back, what happened to her, Feldman?
Yeah, I mean, there was a whole trial. She was convicted on second-degree murder charges. She actually just got out of prison last year.
What?
And, yeah.
What's her first name?
Linda.
Okay.
Interesting.
Linda.
Is that true, or is that a complete lie? All right. Harrison, what happened to the guy that stabbed you?
A lot of that's covered under an NDA, but I do know that he went away for attempted murder.
Huh. And when you stomped on his face, do you know what happened to that?
Yeah, I broke his eye socket and his cheekbones and part of his jaw.
Wow.
But he was at the hospital, though, right? He was in the right place?
Yeah.
It's
handy.
Yeah.
If you got to get your face kicked in.
Wow. Okay. All right, Virginia, anything that you want to grill Harrison or Feldman on here to try to figure out which is the one that got stabbed?
Yeah, I'm wondering, what were you guys wearing when you get stabbed? What was your clothing that you had on?
Interesting. Interesting / not good question.
Harrison, what were you wearing?
I was wearing a polo shirt and my steel-toed boots with some pants.
Nobody wears steel-toed pants with polo. I mean, come on, you know that's a complete lie. What about you, Feldman?
I was wearing this cute little white sundress and then, like, these strappy sandals because I was on a date.
Interesting.
I have my answer.
You think you know?
I do. I definitely feel like I know.
Okay.
100% locking in.
100%.
Yeah.
Overconfidence takes him down
I'm going to have you write it down. You can show the audience on KVJ TV. Everybody can write down who they think is legit, who really got stabbed, and who is a complete fraud and a liar. We'll let everybody else know finding out next. Who do you think is legit and why, Jbird, out of Harrison and Feldman?
I think Harrison is legit, and it's only because I think Feldman was too specific in naming certain, like the restaurant. And then when we asked about
who cares that you met at Nikki Beach?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
it was almost too polished.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's details.
Stop yelling at me, Virginia.
I disagree with the bird. I think Feldman is telling the truth.
Yeah.
And not just because she's a woman, but I don't think that you'd be working in the ER in a polo shirt. You're wearing scrubs.
We don't know, though. We don't know what happened that night. Maybe he spilled the Kool-Aid on his scrubs, and he had to put a polo
They
on.
don't wear steel-toe boots either, I don't think.
Well, that was one
Those
question
seem
somebody
heavy.
asked.
I love that statement. They do not wear steel-toe shoes, I think. You didn't stutter, though.
All right.
You don't know.
You don't know either.
Well, Virginia thinks that Feldman is legit. Jbird thinks it is Harrison.
And we might fist fight over
It's
it.
become personal.
It is real personal now.
Okay.
Kevin, you are the deciding voice of sanity. Who do you think it is?
Well, I actually crafted the lying scenario, so I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Feldman, are you legit?
No.
I knew it.
Why'd you fall out of your chair?
I got so excited. He fell.
No, I ran over a thing on the.
You fall a lot.
I knew it.
Yes, Feldman is a complete fraud and a liar.
Damn.
All right, thank you very much. Harrison is legit. Harrison, people just think this can't be true because you had steel-toed boots on. Can you answer that
I was
question?
a medic student.
Okay.
I was a paramedic student, and that's part of the uniform that they wanted you to wear was the school polo shirt, BDUs, steel-toed boots, because that's primarily the uniform worn at fire stations.
Right. Paramedic student. I thought you were a doctor. I was confused.
Yeah, no, when you said that, I knew you were talking about being a paramedic student. That was another one of your
Yeah,
tells
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell.
That is a pretty amazing story. Well, Harrison, thank you very much. Just really kind of crazy. Do you have scars left from the? Because
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, I have scars, and I have nerve damage as a result of it. That's why it burned, because it sliced through the nerves in my wrist and in my shoulder.
Oh.
Whoa.
Do you find yourself sketched out when you go out in public when someone kind of is just like walking towards you?
No, this happened, this is August 2006. So, you go through your phases of recovery, just like any victim would, and you work through that. And, the tools that are provided in the fire service are really good with the critical incident stress debriefings and stuff like that. So mental health is a big deal.
When
A lot of what we do these days.
When that happens to somebody like yourself, was there a lawsuit to cover all your medical stuff, or how does that all work out?
So that's where we got to draw the line. I can't talk a lot about that because it's non-disclosure.
Yeah, when he dropped NDA, that just sounded pretty official there.
It was very official.
Yeah, very official. All right, well, you didn't.
Can I say two things real quick, guys?
Absolutely.
One, I want to give a shout out to my wife and my two boys, Jessica, Reese, and Avery. Reese, my oldest, absolutely loves you guys. He's on the spectrum, and he absolutely loves the Whacked Out News song.
That's
awesome. It's coming up.
That's adorable.
Virginia, you and I actually met at a wedding where my wife wanted me to dime you out to Jason for this. I rounded the corner, and you and Panda were taking pictures of a fire extinguisher at the Flagler Museum in what could only be described as suggestive circumstances.
I love the Flagler Museum, and I think I was drinking when I went there, so I'm not surprised I was randy.
We all knew that.
Well, awesome. Thank you. That was a great story.
Yeah, it really was. That was really cool.
That
so we
was.
appreciate that, Harrison. So we'll call you there.
I can entertain you.
All right.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, raise your hand poll here. We asked some very prying questions of the people here on the KVJ Show. We got 5 total we're asking. Myself, Virginia, Jbird, Dennys, and Suits in there running KVJ TV. You just simply raise your hand if this applies to you. We can give you the statistical information of how many people on the KVJ Show have done something. Now, if you're watching the KVJ TV, you'll see exactly who specifically is answering yes to all these. And if you listen to the After the Show podcast at 11 a.m. live on Facebook or YouTube today, then you can get the stories behind it. Okay, first question I got here on the Raise Your Hand poll. Raise your hand if you have eaten your boogers past the age of 18. Is anybody on the KVJ Show intentionally eaten a booger or just said, yeah, okay, I just put it in there, a little snack, no big deal. Okay. All right, 0%.
There are adults out there that do eat their boogers. I've told you about that hot girl that eats them.
I think I did.
Oh, jeez.
What, accidentally?
And Virginia is not the hot girl I'm talking about.
Yeah, speaking of which, this is what hot girls do. We eat boogies.
Mine's got a story.
Okay, good. I can't wait to hear it. All right. I think on that one we know. So that means 20% of the show has eaten their boogers after the age of 18. Interesting. Raise your hand if you've ever been accused of a crime you didn't commit. Ever been accused of a crime that you did not commit? Okay. 60% of the show, 3 out of 5, have been accused of a crime that they did not commit. After the show podcast, we'll find out who and what.
Some more than others on this show.
Yeah, well,
some need to raise 2 hands.
Yeah, well, I'm just going on record. The Pink Lies trial does not count.
Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you like the rough stuff. Okay. A little aggressive.
There's a
little pain with your.
there.
Yeah, it's a little. You like a little pain with your pleasure, and you would raise your hand. All right, we have 1 person out of 5. That's 20% of the show.
The naughty possum.
Mm-hmm.
The naughty possum.
That's from Too Hot to Handle.
I like it.
Raise your hand if you've ever fallen asleep during sex. Anybody here on the KVJ Show ever fallen asleep during sex? Okay. People look around the studio right now to see if anyone contemplating raising their hand.
Question.
Yes.
Does it have to be full gorilla sex?
It could be a sexual act. I'll even change it to that. Has anyone ever fallen asleep during actual sex or a sexual act? Okay, raise your hand. Okay. 1 out of 5, 20% on that one. And finally, raise your hand if you've ever had sex with an inanimate object.
I mean, somebody's hand's got to be getting tired.
Always.
It's a busy hand.
It's a lot of use.
I feel like this game's designed against one person's.
You think so?
And that's why we love it.
I do.
Okay, if you've ever had sex with an inanimate object, raise your hand.
Oh.
Ooh, have I?
Okay.
Somebody's thinking about
Okay.
it.
Bird says I have.
Well,
because he watched?
No, I thought you told a story where you made something. Oh, never mind.
Well, no, I told a story about a friend who made something.
That friend wasn't me, was it?
No. I'm probably sure they don't want it out there
This
either.
has got to be the most confusing show to listen to.
Confusion's good in confusing times.
What about when it's not confusing times?
It's not so good, Kev.
Okay. All right, that is, we'll only give credit for 2 out of 5 there.
Because Dennys doesn't know.
He's like, well, why am I raising my hand? You're telling me to raise my hand. Why am I raising it?
Just railroad.
I don't feel like this applies to me. I don't get it. Why?
Jbird made him raise his hand.
Yeah, and then he was confused. He's like, why do I have my hand up? Yeah, we're not going to count that one against you.
Okay, it's fine.
Deviants loves company.
Yes. Okay, we'll get some more answers and find out the who, what, when, and where on the After the Show podcast at 11 a.m. this morning. If you want to watch KVJ TV, it is live every single morning on YouTube. You can dial it up on your flat screen TVs and also the mobile app.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, this is a pretty confusing story here. I'm not sure what he's doing, but this is maybe what happens when you just make way too much money and you're the richest man on planet Earth. Amazon's Jeff Bezos is building a giant clock inside a mountain.
All right, so when you're out hiking, you know what time it is?
Well, I don't even know if it's going to do that because it says this clock will only tick just once a year. It will only chime once per millennium, but they say it will work for 10,000 years.
Yeah, boy.
Bezos explained that the clock is a way to remind people that the far future not only exists, but will happen to their descendants. Huh?
He does have too much money.
Wow. What? $42 million this clock inside a mountain is going to cost to make this point.
42 million.
42 million, which to you and I is $4.20.
Yeah, to him it is. Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Is it worth it?
No, it's stupid.
Stupid, right?
I don't know, but why would I ever call him or anything he does stupid?
True.
You're right. Look at us. Look at us, and we're calling him
Yeah,
stupid.
he'd be like going, okay, if we want to compare
where you've come,
let me start my list.
Yeah, weren't you guys on the world's dumbest videos?
Yes, number
With
one.
pride.
Yeah.
We were.
You could drop the mic and just walk away. Well, a lot of crazy stuff happening here. The COVIDiots of the day includes a professor at the University of Miami that got fired after he forgot to hide a bookmark to a porn site during an online class. And the video it linked to featured a, quote, busty college girl.
Yeah, a lot of this is going down.
Was it actually a college girl that he instructed, or it was just...
It was just a busty college girl. Doesn't say anything. I think it would probably be added to the story if it was somebody he instructed. But it just goes to show you he's into busty college girls.
And he's a college teacher.
And he's a college professor.
I mean, I get it, though. I mean, isn't everybody into busty college girls?
Yeah, you just don't, show your entire class.
Yeah, you don't make it public, Virginia.
Yeah. There's a news anchor in Spain that got caught cheating in a very interesting way. Apparently, a partially naked woman walked through the background during a live segment from his house. He'd had a fight with his girlfriend earlier in the week, and she said, well, I'm going to go stay somewhere else for the next few days. So she turns on the news, and what do you know? There's another chick in the background.
He was like, awesome, you're leaving?
Yeah. Hello. Police in New York had to break up a funeral for a rabbi in Brooklyn on Tuesday. Apparently, he's a very popular rabbi because 1,000 people showed up and started to spill into the streets. And that is not proper social distancing.
No.
And they were afraid they're going to have to bury a lot more people in Brooklyn if they did not disband the crowd.
But if things go back to normal and they're opening things up, would people still look at them as doing something wrong with social distancing, or would they be allowed to do something like that? Have that kind of gathering?
We don't know.
If they lift the restrictions.
Yeah, but are people going to be like, oh, you still can't do social gatherings like that? Social distancing still.
I mean, if they lift social distancing and all restrictions and I'm with a bunch of people and somebody tries to shame me, I'd be like, get off me. I mean, when I'm allowed to go back out again and I can congregate with other people, I'm going to go back out again and congregate with other people.
I'd actually love to see that. Someone shame Kevin in public and then Kevin go, get off me.
Why? I'd be like, why would you even care?
And then they have a dance battle.
I would love it.
If you've lifted restrictions and you're shaming somebody after all restrictions are lifted and we're past the days of social distancing, that would be...
Yeah, you can't shame people if they lift everything and say go back to normal.
Yes.
But who knows when that'll happen.
There's a guy in Wisconsin that got arrested for using stolen underwear to set at least a dozen buildings on fire.
Oh, my.
Hot pants. He's facing 11 counts of arson and several other charges.
And just being weird.
Yeah.
Why did he steal the underwear, and why did he use that?
Oh, weird's still continuing.
Huh.
It is a weird world, and there are still weird people doing weird things.
Yeah. Why do you think he's doing it?
Jollies.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I didn't consult with our in-house weirdo.
Whatever. I'm not that kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Our senior weird correspondent.
Yeah, with the tired hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that sounds really bad, by the way.
In context, you know what I mean.
He just drags that thing behind him.
It's so heavy. Exhausted.
Tired. Needs a vacation.
Your hand can't wait for this to be over.
Have you had enough?
No.
I mean, gosh. When's your Netflix special coming out?
Scammers are definitely not taking a break during the pandemic. They've started blackmailing people by threatening to infect their families with the coronavirus if they don't pay up.
Oh, my God.
And people are going, oh, don't do that. Here, I'll pay whatever you want. Yeah, don't buy a lot of these emails. And what they're saying, that they're, going to expose you or pollute your family. A guy in Brooklyn got arrested for stealing at least 9 stimulus checks from people's mailboxes.
Oh, my. What a dirtbag.
And it brings out the best and the worst.
You couldn't cash him, though, could you?
Maybe if you made a fake ID.
Yeah, I don't know what the scam would be. Don't really know crime too well.
Dang, that sucks.
There's a couple in Sweden that opened a new restaurant where you can't possibly spread the coronavirus. There's only one table and chair, and it's in the middle of an open field, and your food is served on a zip line.
I love it.
Okay.
That's creative and fun.
And another thing they did in Sweden to discourage people from going to a park, they've dumped a ton of manure in the middle of it.
Poo park.
Yeah, interesting. And isn't Sweden the place where they really didn't have any restrictions? You'd go and live and do whatever you want?
I think initially, yeah, they didn't have any restrictions, and then they had like skyrocketing cases of the corones.
Did they? Yeah, with the deaths?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they were a little bit more
They
liberal.
were more lax.
Okay.
Keep in mind, though, those are Virginia facts.
Yes.
So,
I got you. Okay.
I have an agenda.
There's a 13% chance that they are wrong.
A 13% chance?
There's a 13% chance they're right.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I was actually wrong with my insults. I'm a moron.
That's pretty amazing.
And that's what we do, folks.
Well, this is kind of fascinating. They say that we might be able to tell when it is okay to go back out and get rid of the social distancing just by looking at our poo.
What?
Yeah. They say that poo may actually tell when the coronavirus lockdown should end. Researchers have been ramping up wastewater analysis to track the spread of the SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes the illness. And studies show that the sewage monitoring could not only tell us how the virus might actually be spreading in a community, but also when the virus has finally gone away.
They're testing the poo for the coronavirus?
Yes.
That's crazy.
The amount of virus detected in the sewage can mirror the timing and scale of an outbreak in ways that more delayed in-person testing cannot.
Oh my God, what a terrible gig. Who's the poor guy that's got to test the corona poo?
The newbie.
And how's he protecting himself from not getting it?
I think they're just some people like poo, actually.
I think they settled the newest hire.
The pooist?
The pooist hire.
The pooist hire. Yeah. So
Wow.
there
what
you go.
a gig.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, that clock story about Jeff Bezos putting a big clock in a mountain for $42 million is true. I work for Boca Bearings in Boynton Beach, which is almost confusing. And they supplied all the bearings to go in the clock to make it turn.
No way.
It's very odd. Doesn't this seem like when somebody gets a lot of money and then they start to go crazy? This is the kind of stuff they start
like
doing?
Nicolas Cage.
He was crazy. I think he still is, but I think he started to lose money. He had to dial down his crazy. But he was buying dinosaur bones and fighting with Vince Neil.
Yeah. All right. Pretty crazy stuff. All righty. Good news. It doesn't take a long time to do some really important exercise. 4 seconds. Remember how back in the day they used to have like 7-second abs? And those videos that you would buy, be going, oh, that's cool. I can work out for 7 seconds. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I can do anything for 7 seconds.
Yeah, it really doesn't take a lot of time. This seems to be one of the latest trends in working out now is that, you know, when I first kind of started getting into the workout game, it's like people being, yeah, I was in the gym for 2 hours, no big deal. And, you know, that was it. Like, everybody was thinking, okay, well, if you weren't there for at least 90 minutes, you just weren't getting in a good enough workout. And then you started to have the CrossFit rage that was coming out, and then people were starting to realize, okay, you know what? You can actually do a lot in 15, 20 minutes. You really don't need more than 30. I've done the 9-round boxing, and that's 27 minutes, and yeah, you are gassed at the end of that time. It's a really solid workout. And now this new study out this month is finding that just doing 4-second bursts of intense exercise throughout the day can actually counteract all the sitting that you're doing right now.
Huh.
That's all you need. So if you're like, oh, I don't have time to work out, no, you probably got 4 seconds here or there.
So for the 4 seconds, just jump up to it with 2 intense jumping jacks and sit back down.
It'd be like whatever you need to do. Yeah, here's what they did. They took a test group and they sat them for 6 straight hours just to kind of like see what would happen with that. They're doing tests on them, checking blood and things like that. Then they put them on a stationary bike. You know, I've complained about that one fan bike. It's got a name to it, but boy, you get on that. My trainers, the last 2 that I've had, they would just kill you on that fan bike. They'll be like, if they tell you 30 seconds, it feels like 30 minutes. It's terrible. It's unbelievable when you are gunning it on that thing. In fact, there are times I get on there for 4 seconds. That thing could take you out in 4 seconds.
Oh, wow.
I'm not lying. It's nasty. So what they were supposed to do, they were supposed to pedal as hard as they could for 4 seconds, followed by a 45-second break. and then they repeated that process 5 times.
That's how I lost weight, doing that on the treadmill. I would walk for 2 minutes at a comfortable pace, and then I would sprint for a minute. And then I would walk for 2 and then sprint for a minute. And I would do that for about 40 minutes. And you give yourself a little break and then sprint and then a little break.
Yeah.
And actually, I got through the workout. I would finish it and I lost a crap ton of weight doing that.
They call that high impact interval training. HIIT workout is what they call that. And yeah, a lot more people are doing that, realizing that you need that burst to get there. But this is, I think, rather new and just saying you only need 4 seconds of a burst. Normally people do like maybe 30-second sprint and then a minute jog and then 30-second sprint.
And how many times throughout the day do you have to do it to actually see a result?
What they did is each person did it once an hour for 8 hours throughout the day. So once an hour they would do this, where they would pedal as hard as they could for 4 seconds, take a 45-second break, repeated that 5 times.
Okay.
That was every hour for 8 hours.
I'm going to start. What should I do for 4 seconds? Give me an exercise.
I want you to do high knees is what they call it.
Gotcha.
Okay, this is you put your hands out straight in front of you, and then you try to run.
Gotcha.
Yeah, doing that.
You want 4 hard seconds?
I'll take 4 soft seconds. Let me go on ahead and set the stopwatch here. All right. And then I'll give you the 45-second break. Well, just as I'm explaining this, watch that minion there. Yeah. That thing will take you out. That'll break a leg.
It will.
Yeah.
Careful, there's a pen down there too. You might slip on.
Oh my goodness.
It's just.
We got a lot of obstacles around here for this.
I hate doing things in front of Virginia.
She's just.
I would have hated having you in class.
Well, you're on the stage and she's just, you know.
Imagine me doing an oral report in high school with her in class. That loser. They're supposed to be throwing tens at me.
Terrible. Okay, you just need to go for 4 seconds, and I'll tell you when to stop. Okay. On your mark, get set, and go. High knees, get them high, higher than that, higher than that.
Higher
than that.
Higher.
Okay, stop. That's it.
It's so graceful.
It was pretty amazing to watch.
They
Wasn't
never said I was graceful.
Did you see the face?
The other baseball teams used to make so much fun of me. It was awful. Because I wasn't graceful looking.
That was impressive.
It was pretty amazing.
I can see that though.
How's your win? You feel it?
Heart's pumping, blood's flowing.
Well, get ready because in 20 seconds you're going to do it again.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Again, you repeated the process 5 times.
Gotcha, okay.
Is how they would do it. So you would do just 4 seconds. You could do jumping jacks. You could do burpees, something like that. I like this because it's pretty quick and it does get you going. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Higher knees, get them a little bit higher, get them a little bit higher. Okay, and stop. This is amazing to watch.
I need this on a loop.
This is amazing to watch. It is. But see what's going on with your wind?
I can feel it,
funny.
baby.
Look at you over there. And so far, you've worked out for 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
8 seconds, all that.
Yeah, in fact, they say if you do this cycle, it's only going to take you 2 minutes and 40 seconds of actual exercise a day. And the results are amazing. They said it made a significant difference in these people's health within 24 hours.
Wow.
And it was all tested. Yeah, they say when doctors tested their blood the next day, their triglycerides were 30% lower than the day before, and their metabolism had jumped. So they were burning more calories even when they were doing nothing, which is pretty amazing. All right, ready and go. All right. And stop.
I made a boomerang of it.
Stop, I'm going to pee my pants. You're going to show that on KVJ TV. Oh, my God.
My stomach is coming out.
Oh, man.
Fun.
Wow. How about that? So as far as the circuit that we're talking about there, you have done that, 3 times? And they said you repeat the process 5 times. And that's just, so far you've done just 12 seconds of exercise.
We still going?
I can give you one more because that's just too entertaining to stop.
I'll try to be a little bit more graceful.
On your mark, get set, and go. All right, there he is. High knees, high knees, high knees, high knees, and stop. There you go. Look at that. 16 seconds of exercise. You're actually even one short of the interval. You got a good little win going on there, and boom, you're getting that metabolism going. Your triglycerides are dropping.
I'm dancing, baby.
Yeah, he's dancing. So there you go. Pretty easy little way for you to stay in some pretty good shape.
He's got to go home now.
I mean, between this and the news of 2Js, I am spent.
Yeah, I hear you. There's a lot of stuff. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, and the reason why I bring up the workout stuff, I really haven't done much. I go out, throw the football around with my son. I want to play basketball. And by the way, thank you, because somebody did tweet at me a park in Boca that I could go to where they got a basketball hoop. Because I just want to shoot around with my son. It's just the two of us. We play a game of horse. Only us on that court is what I'm looking for. And yesterday I thought all the parks are going to be open. I started driving around a bunch of parks and they're all closed. I was like, man, I know.
How did I not read this right?
I know. I was so diligent on making
I read for a living.
I thought I got it right. And I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
Crohn's.
I don't know what I did wrong with that. It's just so crazy. And I read what they got going on today, and I'm still confused. And in fact, what I did was I looked out on the Sun Sentinel page. If you're confused like me, they actually had a whole page. As I was reading down, every city's different. Some parks are open in different cities, and you drive to, like, if you go to Miramar, I think it was like nothing. You go to another town, everything.
Huh.
And I thought we were supposed to get on the same page. Were we not?
We were.
Okay. I thought that's what it was.
Kevin, everything is upside down.
It's unbelievable. They're making it so confusing.
Confusing times.
Your girl over here is winded.
He's going to need a nap.
I could see that working, brother.
I'm telling you, that's all you need.
You do that once an hour, you said?
That's the kind of stuff my trainers would do with me on that fan bike. We would typically do that. It'd be like 30 seconds on, 30 off. I think we only did 3 cycles. It would be you're on all fours at the end, and you're like, I don't think I can drive for another 10 minutes.
I mean, even if you've done that 3 times a day, it's better than doing nothing.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So if you're like me, and I really haven't been doing any workout, but I'm starting to get getting the mind back to saying, okay, just a little bit of the push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, that kind of stuff, just to kind of keep the body moving.
Kind of get that runner's high right now.
I know. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
Well, with the pandemic and the isolation, people are turning to a lot of dating apps and virtual hookups. So we're trying to just help the whole process along. And maybe it's not even that you're expecting to find a relationship. Maybe just some companionship. And that's all good enough for a little virtual hookup or hang up here.
Some carnal companionship?
It could be. Whatever you freaky monkeys decide to do when you're doing a virtual chat, it's up to you. Now,
but you do have to virtually chat face to face.
We do want that, yeah.
We want you to see each other.
Last week, the virtual turned into just a phone call, and this is supposed to be a face to face, whether it be a FaceTime or whether it be a Zoom chat, whatever. That's what we're going for.
Because we're not here to get catfished again. We've already been there, done that.
A few times. Probably too many that a radio show should actually deal with.
We've learned.
So here's who we have, because what we're going to give you is somebody that if they pique your interest and you'd like a virtual chat with them, you just go ahead and send us your information. Photo, phone number, a little bit about yourself. And then on Fridays, we'll give them the option to pick out one person to have a virtual hookup or hang up with. And on Monday, we'll find out how it went. See if there's going to be continual conversations or not. Marion had sent in an email to us here, and she is on with us right now. Hello, Marion.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. A little nervous, but...
Yeah, well, if you're not doing anything that ever makes you nervous, some might say that you're not taking any chances and you're not truly living life.
Amen, Kevin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They say you're not growing, Virginia, unless you step out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Unless she's nervous about the corones, and now we're encouraging her to go out and just start licking stuff.
No, we're not encouraging that at all. I know, right?
We're doing a dating game here.
She can make it depressing.
The corones, Kevin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing the virtual hookup or hang up. So we're doing just the opposite, Virginia. We're encouraging Marion to stay safe and do proper social distancing and quarantine herself. But companionship is still necessary in these times. Now, Marion, here's a little bit about you that you put in your email. You said you're 26 years old, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I got a photo here. You're in front of a store with a friend of yours called Clementine's. You can see that on KVJ TV. And where was that?
Is she blonde or brunette?
Yeah, there's two people.
I'm the brunette. The blonde is my cousin.
I love your hair. You have great hair.
Oh, thank you.
And where were you when this photo was taken?
That was actually at Clementine's Tea House in Cleveland.
Lovely.
That's where I'm originally from.
Oh, okay. You're in Ohio and like Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually went to school at Ohio University in Athens.
Whoa, no way. She's a Bobcat, so you know she's got to be good.
You guys are alum.
Yeah.
Did you go there?
He went way before her, though.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. But, yeah, and I never technically graduated.
So what? I mean, Virginia
I
and
went.
Shaquille O'Neal are alum, and she went there for a semester.
Are you considered alum if you don't graduate?
Yeah, I think you are.
Or are you just a lame?
I claim
Well, I mean,
it.
you're both, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you're alum.
Okay.
3 semesters is 3 semesters.
You got a lot of nerve.
Bobcat, always a bobcat.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Always a Bobcat. So, Marion, tell me what are some of your interests for anybody who might be thinking about doing the virtual chat with you? What kind of stuff do you like to do?
Well, I like to go and hang out at the beach.
Okay.
I like to go, since I'm new to the area, I like to go out and explore what's going on downtown. But I also want someone who's willing to lay around and watch Netflix on those days.
Okay, balance is good, yeah.
It says here you're a fan of Disney?
Yes, I'm a big Disney fan.
Okay, and your favorite Disney movie?
I would have to say Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who wins in a cage fight, Pluto or Goofy?
I'd have to say Goofy, since he can stand on 2 legs.
Yeah,
No, that's
he's
the wrong
bigger.
answer. It's actually Pluto.
Correcting her, huh?
I'm sorry about my friend.
I'm messing about. I'm having fun.
It says here that you also like game night, Marion.
Yes, I am very into board games. In fact, I go to my friend's house every other week, and we just do a game night.
Oh, that's cool.
What's your favorite board game?
Let's see. Well, it's not a board game, but we like the What Do You Mean?
That is a good game.
What is it called?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I don't know what that is.
Well, we're going to have to talk about this after the show.
Wow. Okay. I got to find out about this. What do you mean? All right. Anything else you like to play, Marion?
No, nothing else I can really think of. I mean, I'm pretty easygoing and go with the flow, so.
Cool.
Would you think it's weird or awesome if you were on a first date, in person, and the guy wanted to thumb wrestle you on the first date?
I mean, I'd be down.
Okay. All right. She likes competition. She's a bobcat. She'll try anything.
I like it.
That's what us bobcats do. We're adventurous. Very nice. Okay, well, Marion, we got this up here. We're putting out the call. Anybody who would like to do a virtual chat with Marion, you just send us the photo, your phone number, a little bit about yourself, and we'll give Marion the option tomorrow from what we get to pick somebody for a virtual chat this weekend. Marion, thank you so much for sending us an email, and go Bobcats.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aw, she sounds fun.
Yeah, I think so, too. She went to our university. Got to be fun.
Sweet.
Love is in the air.
Let's hope so. Mail at kvjshow.com is where you go. MAIL at kvjshow.com. You can go and check that out. And if you just want to be the person, too, to find it, you can send it either way. Whether you're interested in Marion or you just want to give your own shot at the virtual hookup or hang up, you can let us know here on the KVJ Show. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, we got the After the Show podcast. You can watch that live. Bonus KVJ material. Your emails, comments, and some extra stuff we've held over. Going to be on Facebook and YouTube live in just about 10 to 15 minutes. It's also available on demand, too. So if you miss it live, just go dial back up. But you can be in the chat room and converse with the KVJ Show as we do our thing. All right, Jbird, if you would wrap up today's live show
yes,
with your thought for the day.
You cannot change what you refuse to confront. Oh, bird.
Someone's impressed.
He's very impressed with me. I like how he slinks away from the mic like, please get it away from me. I have nothing else.
You cannot change what you refuse to confront.
What?
You should have kept slinking away. The mistake was coming back to the mic.